Does the current state of Indian news television worry you, Karan?
Yes, indeed. It worries me for three reasons. One, the manner in which we interview the Prime Minister on the rare occasions that he gives us the opportunity to do so. It's done in the most servile way. Instead of challenging him on certain key core issues, he's questioned about what the opposition has done and given an opportunity to criticize his opponents. Secondly, the subject changes almost with every question, as a result of which there is no focus attention and therefore no focus probing. Thirdly, there is no cross-questioning, there is no challenging of what he said. As a result of which, the interviews seem as if they're providing a platform to the Prime Minister, much like a speech. And he's allowed to answer at length, sometimes rambling, without any attempt to bring him back. That's one huge concern, the way we interview the Prime Minister. Even Donald Trump is not interviewed in this way in America. A second concern is the nature of television discussions we have and how anchors behave. If the anchor agrees with your view, he or she will give you as much opportunity as possible to talk, even if you're rambling. But if your view is the opposite of the anchor's or opposite of the view the anchor wants to put across as the belief of the channel, you're interrupted, you're heckled, questions are hurled at you before you finish the last one, you're treated rudely, you're even at times shamed and humiliated. And that, to my mind, is not just rude, it also undermines the essential reasons why discussions happen, which is to expose the audience to a variety of different viewpoints spoken by different voices, leaving it to the audience to judge and decide for themselves who they agree with and who they don't. You simply air the different viewpoints and probe and point out the problems with those positions, but the audience is left to decide for itself. Here the anchor is determined to push his line to the exclusion of any other option. The third thing that I find irritable is that often news television these days ends, particularly television news, with the anchor commenting on the story he or she has just read out. So they actually end up telling you what to think about the story. It could be silly, futile comments like, "Isn't that a terrible story?" through to, "Oh dear, what a shame, it makes me cringe." And you say to yourself,
it's kind of editorialized
this
comment.
Editorializing is not just unacceptable, it's unwelcome. More importantly, it treats the audience like children, and so it's diminishing. We have an intelligence of our own and should be left to judge for ourselves whether we approve, disapprove, like or dislike. We don't need to be told. It's much like a newspaper editor putting a comment at the bottom of every front page story telling you what to think of the story you just read. Yes. And I think the fourth thing that I would point out is those infantile and infantilizing hashtags that television deploys to dragoon and marshal your thoughts and corral you in a particular direction. Things like proud to be Indian, right? Anti-nation JNU, right? Hateful Pakistan. I mean, those are childish hashtags. There are more intelligent ways of coining
conveying a mood,
language and conveying a mood rather than this sort of thing. Right. These are the four principal concerns I have.